Coach, thank you. We have playoff football and bone-chilling playoff football at that in the city of brotherly love at Lincoln Financial Field. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Set. 180.
50. Here we go. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Yo.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing now is Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Tight ends left. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Safe.
Sunday.
Right back to Sanders on first down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 39, Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Pac-Man. 180.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Hey, Rip 5-2. Hot here.
Here we go. 50. Mike 50.
The first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
What you got?
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
At the 18-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Wentz. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down.
46 down, man, 5-4.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Hey, we have you. Just heavy on the edges.
51 to Mike. 51.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And it'll be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Tight end left. We got 4.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
He's checking.
Oko, over here.
Check 50.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Check 13. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Green 18.
59. Drop deep. Check 52.
Go to 50.
Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the 1st. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their 1st drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Right here.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
43-yard attempt.
And Crosby can't get it to come back. It's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing is Wentz. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
I'm on.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. This is brought in at the 21. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Blue 58. 53.
Check three, check three, check three. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Watch the pass. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Back, back, back. Deuce, 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 deuce.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. We're scoreless after one. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, hey, watch edge, watch edge.
Jump out!
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Alert three, alert three, alert three.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Eagles' 30-yard line.
No. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's put that team on the box. Check three, check three. Check 43.
Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
I got him.
Switch.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Mason Crosby on for the field goal.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
On the return, the Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Preston Smith there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Waiting. 50. Check my 50.
Check pass. Rush in.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Set, hut. Ancient Gator. 50, Mike. 50.
Here we go.
And an alley to run. He'll have a first down past the 40, the 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Tyree Jackson, 72 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score Eagles 7, Packers 3. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And a Packer first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm trying to collect.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense as that fell harmlessly to the ground. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
On the return, Jackson. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches at the 34-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Let's find two.
Watch the shift.
Wentz going to throw. Steps away. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football.
Kill.
Check safety.
Now Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Right now, you got 58.
Check nickel.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Packers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
It's going to be a long day.
Throwing is Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
You see me out here?
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Here we go. 120!
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Tyler Lancaster on the tackle.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. They'll run with Sanders. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Second and goal from inside the 5.
50 the mic.
We own them. We own them.
Watch that.
Hey, empty.
Once again with Sanders. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Come on here. Come get some.
He don't want it.
They'll try to run with McKinnon. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw again. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. Rodgers now on first down. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Shift. Get 300. Get 300.
Rodgers throwing again. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
I'm going to come back to you.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Kill. Right. Go.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw again. His throw incomplete. Mecole Hardman the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Hank's almost going to get into QB1-0 when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Go. 180.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
A final shot before half for Wentz. Looking deep for his tight end Ertz. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
In your face.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
There's a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, black. Bang. Hatch it.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. From the 41, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looking sideline, incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Record. Check 31.
Back north.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Throwing again. Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
And 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Kill, kill, kill. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And Adams has it complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 12-yard line.
No, 319.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Army, Army. Army, Army.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Mecole Hardman there to make the grab, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And he puts it through. They're within 3. It's 13-10.
Makes the score Eagles 13, Packers 10.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Not today, you are. Not today.
A first throw for the backup Jackson. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there for Philly. 57 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
This by 7.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. There's a party now.
Here's Sanders. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
At the 15-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Big edge, big edge, big edge.
Another run here with Sanders. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Brings up third down and 5.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Here we go.
Wentz now to throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
That's a good job there, creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The kick by Elliott is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw, it's Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
He's coming. Double 30. He's coming. Double up.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except
blitz coming, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop.
82, 82.
51, 951. I'm coming.
Now Wentz. Able to get away. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Now Williams. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Fletcher Cox on the tackle.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
I got him.
Why? Right. Check it out, read.
Sally. Strong left, Sally.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Third down.
The Packers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Rodgers, operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Jam him, jam him, jam, jam.
Another run with Sanders. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 76 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2.
I got one.
They're going to try and run. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A huge play there on the screen pass. 42 yards.
And a Packer first down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Showing it.
Hey, 88.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Green 18.
59.
Watch the slats. Watch the slat.
Under.
We are going.
Check the backer.
Green 89.
To throw again, Rodgers. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 12-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On first down, Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Rodgers again now. Jones has it. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down.
Watch twitch. Watch the
Liz.
24. Check 24.
Rodgers to throw once more. It's caught here by Adams. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up. Come on, baby. It's you. Back north. No. Off.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 1-yard touchdown reception as his guys are back within a single score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
17.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is Do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Bandit. Bandit.
They'll go again with Sanders. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Two jet. Hey, over here.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Eagles on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, kill.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been terrific so far. Taken in at the 22. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return.
1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
So we got man. Shift.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Alert flare.
Hey, Mike.
Watch twist.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Don't be scared of it. Check.
Coco, over here.
Fresno.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
SOS.
All right.
SOS. Whip. Watch this again.
Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Blue 58.
59. Hey, here I come. Switch.
To the 50.
Rodgers to throw. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Quit talking about it and bring
it. Back to throw, Rodgers. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. And it was the Jaguars who were able to come away with a victory there. D.D. Westbrook closing in on 100 yards receiving. He's at 96 right now. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 24-yard line. Today's final score.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.